Boxing fans thought they had seen everything, until one punch changed the entire fight, and maybe even Canelo Alvarez himself. It wasn't a knockout, it wasn't a wild swing, it was something far more dangerous. A punch so perfectly timed, so insanely calculated, that even a veteran like Canelo froze for a split second. And in that split second, Terence Crawford's genius was exposed to the world. This wasn't just power. This wasn't luck. This was high-level boxing IQ, the kind only a few fighters in history ever master. The moment that punch landed, you could literally see Canelo's expression change. The confidence dip, the rhythm break, the body language shift. Fans didn't notice it instantly, but experts watching ringside saw the fear. Because that punch didn't just hurt him physically, it told Canelo one terrifying truth. Crawford has downloaded you. He knows you, and he's steps ahead. Today, we break down the punch that shook the boxing world and reveal the hidden genius behind it. The fight looked balanced, until that one exchange flipped the entire rhythm. It happened so quickly that most fans watching live didn't even understand what they'd witnessed. Canelo stepped forward with his usual confidence. Tight guard, heavy pressure, trying to cut the ring and force Crawford into the ropes. It was classic Canelo. Measured steps, patient stalking, waiting for Crawford to slip up. But Crawford wasn't just defending. He was collecting data. As Canelo dipped to his left to throw a body shot, a move he has repeated thousands of times, Crawford saw the opening instantly. Instead of stepping back like most fighters do, Crawford slid slightly to the inside, just enough to change the angle. And then it happened. A short, razor-sharp counter right hand straight to the jaw. Not a full-power punch, not a wild swing, just a perfectly timed, perfectly placed shot. The kind that doesn't hurt the body, it hurts the mind. Canelo immediately paused, his feet reset, his eyes widened for half a second. That was the moment. Because Crawford didn't just land a punch, he proved he could interrupt Canelo's favorite move, the move Canelo trusts more than anything. When a fighter loses trust in his own rhythm, everything collapses. The crowd kept cheering. But experts knew Crawford had found the crack, and that one punch opened the door to a completely different fight. Terence Crawford isn't just fast, powerful, or skilled. He's one of the smartest fighters ever to step into a ring. And the punch that rocked Canelo was not a lucky counter. It was the result of strategic genius unfolding in real time. Crawford's brilliance starts with patience. He doesn't rush, he doesn't chase, and he never fights emotionally. Instead, he watches, studying every reaction, every twitch, every habit. By the time Canelo threw that familiar body shot, Crawford had already predicted the angle, the timing, even the exact position of Canelo's feet. That's why the counter looked effortless. But what most people missed was this. Crawford set the trap minutes earlier. He kept giving Canelo the same opening again and again, a fake vulnerability, making Canelo comfortable, making him repeat the same move. Crawford wanted Canelo to commit, fully. And when he finally did, Crawford sprung the trap with perfect precision. Another layer of his genius? He changed stance mid-exchange. Crawford switched to southpaw in the same moment Canelo was loading up. That instantly changed the angle, opened the lane for the counter, and multiplied the impact. This wasn't just timing. It was positioning, psychology, and mastery working together. Crawford didn't beat Canelo with strength. He beat him with information. He solved him like a puzzle. And once a fighter realizes he's been figured out, the the psychological damage begins. Canelo Alvarez is not the type of fighter who breaks easily. He's fought bigger men, faster men, stronger men, and he's walked them down with confidence. But Crawford didn't attack Canelo's body. He attacked something far more important: Canelo's belief in his own system. When that counterpunch landed, it didn't just connect with Canelo's chin, it connected with his mind. For the first time in the fight, Canelo realized he wasn't the hunter. He was the one being studied, tracked, and predicted. Canelo tried to reset. He tried to return to his rhythm. But the doubt wouldn't leave. Every time he dipped, he remembered the counter. Every time he stepped forward, Crawford adjusted before him. Every time he tried to trap Crawford, Crawford slipped out like he already knew the plan. Slowly, the pressure reversed. Instead of Crawford reacting to Canelo, Canelo started reacting to Crawford. That's when the break happened. Canelo's punches became hesitant. His combinations shortened. His aggression softened. The confidence he's built over a decade, the confidence that made him a superstar, began to crack under the sheer weight of Crawford's fight IQ. Because here's the truth. A fighter can recover from pain. A fighter can recover from a knockdown. But when a fighter loses trust in his own instincts, that's when he breaks. And Crawford didn't just land a punch that night. He landed a message. I'm not just matching you. I'm ahead of you. The moment that counter landed, the entire arena felt the shift, even if they couldn't explain it. But the experts, they caught it instantly. Ringside analysts paused mid-sentence. Former fighters leaned forward in their seats. Everyone recognized the same thing. Crawford had just solved Canelo. Commentators replayed the sequence over and over, calling it genius-level timing and a punch only Crawford could see. Some analysts compared it to Floyd's precision. Others said it reminded them of prime Andre Ward, the kind of intelligence that overwhelms raw power. Even veteran trainers were shocked. They pointed out how Crawford didn't just land the punch. He created it through subtle footwork and trap setting. They highlighted how rare it is to see Canelo, a fighter known for calm confidence, show visible hesitation after a single shot. Fans reacted the same way. Social media exploded. Clips went viral within minutes. People kept asking the same questions. How did Crawford see that coming? Did Canelo actually get shaken? What level is this man operating on? Whether you were a Canelo fan or a Crawford fan, one thing was clear. Everyone had just witnessed a moment of pure boxing IQ, a punch that changed everything. In the end, this wasn't just about one punch. It was about what that punch represented. Canelo Alvarez, one of the smartest and most adaptable fighters of this generation, walked into a moment he didn't expect. A moment where another fighter outread him, out-timed him, and out-thought him. And not just any fighter. Terence "Bud" Crawford, the master of adjustments, the quiet assassin who breaks opponents without needing a knockout. That perfectly timed counter was more than a highlight. It was Crawford sending a message to the entire boxing world. I don't wait for mistakes. I make you make them. Canelo felt that. Fans felt that. The whole sport felt that. Because genius in boxing isn't loud. It isn't flashy. It shows up in milliseconds, in the smallest openings, in the traps nobody else sees, in the punches that look simple, until you slow them down. And that's why this moment will always be remembered. Not because it dropped Canelo, not because it ended the fight, but because it revealed the truth behind greatness. Power wins rounds. Heart wins fights. But intelligence, pure, elite-level intelligence, wins eras. And on that night, Crawford showed he might be operating in an era all by himself.